Hello everyone, it's me, Jimmy, and welcome back to the Satoshi Chase, another grain in the books. We are up again, and this time it's thanks to Solana and BNB. That's more than 10% up in just a month and a half. Not bad for starting from scratch, right? Today we're opening new positions and diving deep into the beast, 100 times leverage. Let's go, but first, let's check the charts. We can see that BNB was high a few hours ago. Now it's slightly down, but we are going to take that 17 cents of profit. Let's check Solana real quick. Same case almost, taking those 6 cents. What we are going to do now is, before opening the new positions, first let's check the Bitcoin price. Almost the same as the other two crypto coins. Okay, let's check the profit and loss details before we open that position. Today we have 22 cents up profit, in other words, 32 winning days and 13 losing days. We need to have more winning days, but we are doing what we can. See, for the past 2 days we made over $1, which, given the amount of money we started with, it's 1%, over 1% actually, just for 2 days. Our assets value sits at $110.79. It is okay, we are profitable overall, but we need to continue and grow our assets value. How we are going to do it? I'm going to talk about my newest strategy with you, which is not new for the crypto trading world, but is something I like to use and is new for the channel. Let's talk about the shiny red button in crypto that everyone's curious about, but no one seems to handle responsibly. 100 times leverage. It's the kind of thing you hear about in both legends and horror stories. One moment, someone flips $10 into a couple hundred. The next, someone else gets liquidated in under a second and doesn't even know what hit them. And here's the thing, both of those people can be you, depending on the day, the mood and the market. The appeal is obvious, you don't need a big account, you don't need a big move. With 100 times leverage, even a 0.5% change in price can double your money or destroy your position. It's power, it's raw, volatile and addictive. And when you're working with limited capital, like we are in this series, that kind of amplification is seductive. You looked at your $2 trade and think, why not turn it into $20? But the reality is, 100 times leverage isn't just a button, it's a mindset shift. It doesn't tolerate indecision or sloppy entries. You need to be surgical. Your timing has to be laser precise, because the same 0.5% that could make you rich can also liquidate you before you even blink. It's not just a high risk play, it's a no margin for error environment. You're not trading, you're walking a tightrope over a bonfire blindfolded. And it messes with your psychology too. When you're that zoomed in, every candle feels like a personal attack. You start second guessing your plan. You stare at the chart like it owes you something. You hear rare jumps every time the price twitches. And that's where most people lose. Not because they didn't understand leverage, but because they didn't understand themselves. But here's the plot twist. It doesn't have to be reckless. In the Satoshi Chase, we've used 10 times leverage, even 100 times leverage, but never as a main strategy. We use it the way you use a match in the dark, carefully, purposefully, for short bursts of exposure where the risk is defined and the capital is limited. It's a tactical tool, not a lifestyle. a scalpel, not a sword. And when you treat it that way, when you set tight stop losses, when you size down, when you know exactly what you're trying to do, you can use high leverage to your advantage without eating your whole account alive. Still, even then, you're not guaranteed anything. You're just playing with sharper tools, and the sharper the tool, the easier it is to cut yourself. So here's the bottom line. 100 times leverage is not the enemy, your ego is. If you can leave that at the door, define your risk, and move with intention, you might just make it work. But if you're chasing a thrill or trying to make up for a loss, well, the market's always hungry for donations. Now, since we know what 100 times leverage means, we would like to use it for our advantage by opening the lowest amount for Solana, which gives us quite some room to open additional positions and not liquidate our wallet, because 5 cents is absolutely nothing in this world. But if we drop another, let's say 2%, 5%, maybe 10% or whatever, we are going to open additional positions and benefit from the 100 times leverage. Now let's open a small position in BNB as well. Yep, it did not go slightly down from the time we closed the position. And that's it for today. Every cent counts, but the lessons, they're worth way more. If you're gonna dance with 100 times leverage, make sure you're leading, not chasing. I'll see you in the next one, hopefully still green and still sane. Peace.